What in the world happened here? In the tradition of being massively confused by the garbage that has happened over the weekend, make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so we can go, together. Alright, Kurikara, the Divine. Doesn't this card have an extended full art coming? You know, the Starlights are actually down in price. Why are the alties going up? Secret rares are also getting low on listings for the Battles of Legend versions, while the Power of the Elements are still in circulation. Why is this actually happening? Well, we talk a little bit about the ultimate hype train that's been coming through. And I mean, to be fair, Kurikara was one of the cheapest ultimate rares that kind of existed. And it's not really had a luxurious time in the current format actually like existing, but there have been times where, I mean, like, if your opponent actually has stuff on the field's activated effects, you can just nom them up with Kurikara. And this might actually become something later on that could become more usable. I'm not out of the realm of possibility of considering this card to be usable, but if I'm coming through here and we're seeing somebody just in the last couple of days massively eating these off of the market, I can't help but go, that's pretty curious, to say the least. So, like I said, we all can stand around and go, why is that? I don't know, man. I really don't. Like I said, we know it has an extended art coming. We know that, I mean, if the extended art is going to be, crazy hard to pull, then, I mean, like, I guess the ulti's the next best. Well, I mean, it does have the start. I don't know. But now you're educated. Now keep an eye on this. It's also a fairy monster. So, I mean, like, maybe there's some application in the realm of fairies. It's actually helping this thing out. I don't know. Next up here, we have Malong. Oh, boy. What do you guys want me to tell you? Well, what's that? Harmonium's coming and you guys weren't really prepared for it? You didn't think that you wanted to pick up the targets? So now you're sitting here shitless, crying in your pants because Pac-Man and Malong are going up in price? Wow. I never would have guessed that a card that is able to functionally dump things out of an extra deck and provide additional coverage on a field would actually, and if you're not getting the point here, I'm being sarcastic as fuck today. Because, like, this is actually, like, the reality of things. Like, Malong is still a $4 ultra rare. Commons are 50 cents. And all I read from people is, like, these cards are becoming ridiculous. No, it's not. It's 50 cents. Why are you shitting your pants over 50 cents, people? Like, this makes no sense to me. Like, oh no, the luxury, it's going to be a sad day when Malong actually does get a reprint in like some super secret, hard to get version. And people are going to be even more mad about that. Like, why are you being mad about the $4 targets when you're about to have to spend $80, $90 per secret rare copy of the card? Because Konami ain't giving that to you in easy, affordable printings. Never in my life did I think the Konami was going to go, all right, guys, here you go. Here's your secret rare harmoniums. Ain't no way you're getting that as a super. All right? Because that card is going to be the defining point of Blazing Dominion. So, here to remind you, if you've not got your targets, get to it. Alright? If not, we can sit here and we can go, oh man, why? We know because you were too lazy to actually grab your mouse and go click, click, and get them. Alright? The Gaze of Tamaya. There's not going to be a reprint for this thing. Same thing with DMod. Like, Dark Magician Destruction, it's not going to happen. Like, people already sitting here being like, I don't think I have to spend the money on Gaze of Tamayas. Well, when Curtain comes out sometime this year, you're going to be looking super upset when you got to spend the money on that. And then top things off, if you've got to go get a Dark Magician Destruction, that's $70. In order to get the entire, 70 plus 45? Maybe let's just call it 50. At this point, you're spending $120 on two things? Two cards. All right? Isn't that beautiful to see? The cost of tech engines in the modern industry of Yu-Gi-Oh! Cost you that much. Now, luckily for you, they are one-ofs, unless you've got some crazy idea of trying to play multiples of this stuff, and then I truly am just going to, wash my hands with it and go, well, you truly are a crazy duelist. Because, there has to be a limit to these cards. I mean, at least they're expensive one-ofs. I would rather have expensive one-ofs and expensive three-ofs. Because, spending $210 versus $70, it's not good. But in comparison to what you've been given, it's that. Do I still think that this package is going to be very splashable? I do, in fact, think that you do want to kind of keep an eye here on this stuff. Because, realistically, this stuff's probably going to get worse. It usually tends to get worse before it gets better. That's a motto on the market, by the way. But, sometimes it's wrong. We follow the patterns. We see how things are going. Future meta tells us to expect crazy things. And then we've got the Conduction Warrior Linear Magnum Plus Minus. This just kind of caught my attention because we're down to 30 listings of this thing. Now you're probably like, well, Robbie, it's 30 listings. And then you realize, wait a minute, that's 30 listings on a super rare. Now, when we tend to see super rares becoming a little bit harder to obtain in terms of, rarity, I kind of do have to question some of this. And I do think, even though this card's pushing $2 to $3, it's interesting just to see the amount of people that have gravitated towards wanting to build Magnet Warriors. If you paid attention to recent meta trends and the regionals I do upload, we have seen actual, Magnet Warrior lists that have been taught. It's been a pretty recurring theme at this point. The Magnet Warriors is doing decently well on the competitive circuit, and it's not just one of these things. It's it's not really, it's truly doing decently well within the circuit of things. So if you are looking at wanting to build Magnet Warriors right now, $2 to $3 a copy is not that much. It's just supply is dwindling because the casual player is starting to look at it and they're going, oh, rocks. Okay, this isn't too terrible of a choice. And yeah, obviously, I don't think it is too terrible of a choice. Budget Yu-Gi-Oh! Players, when you look at the Magnet Warrior deck, it only becomes slightly an issue if you want to include Berserkion and Valkyrion. You want to branch into the extra stuff, but I have not seen a list doing competitively well that has played those two cards in a very long time. Actually, I feel like at this point, it's just easier to forego those extra little fat cards and just have the deck be more streamlined. It just works out a little bit better. And then Spriggan's Merrymaker. This was brought up in my Discord. A few people were like, well, Merrymaker's not had a reprint. Yeah, okay. And somebody was like, well, this is an important card to Doom Z. Technically, it allows you to get into the gigantic guy, and then, you can get into, easier play lines. Yeah, it is. If you're playing that build. Competitively, I don't really feel like I've seen most of the builds, including that stuff anymore. But I want to remind people here, if you do want to do, the Champion Sargass play lines with things like that, with Merrymaker, it does not... There's actually more Merrymakers on the market and listings than there are Magnet Warrior plus minuses. Take a moment to think about that for a second. That you have that much of a difference of numbers in that. Because that shouldn't be happening, but that's what in the world has happened here today. OCG news should be kicking up here very, very soon. We've been having the constant bombardment of card of the days, but I feel like there's going to be some interesting news coming along the block here, or at least I'm hoping we're going to see some interesting stuff, because right now, news would definitely spicing up the current flow of the game, and, I want to see the rest of how, the new set structure is going to look with this. So please leave a comment down below what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back there in a day, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.